say there are 75,000 people here, despite the rain and the sleet. Oh, the ball's moving. It's starting to move. It's starting slowly. There's a flying skyrocket that's gone up. Someone sent up a Roman candle that's adding luster to the scene as the crowd picks up its scream of farewell to the old and hail to the new. More. A ball of fire has descended into the crowd. Someone shot off a rocket and it's burning on the ground. I don't think anyone's going to be badly hurt. Maybe a little burn or two here and there. Just a sign of the expression of glory and joy and happiness to get rid of the old and greet the new with vigor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 to go. 1969. Outpouring from 1,000,000 throats as they're saying goodbye to the old and now welcome to a new year of hope, to a new year of challenges for our nation and for the world. But these kids don't care for any of those abstractions. They're just glad to be here. In about 5 minutes, it's going to be deserted, but this is a typical New York greeting of New Year's Eve. There's the scene as 1969 is just 1 minute old. Tell you, but they're here by the thousands, by the hundreds of thousands. Solid packed humanity. They're mostly youngsters. I'd guess the average age is below 20. And they are here for whatever reason to say goodbye to 1969 and by symbol to the whole sweep of the decade of the 60s. And now we're looking at the golden ball of illuminated lights that's starting to descend from the tower 80 feet above the top of the Allied Chemical Building. It's slowly moving down. It's about 6 feet in diameter with 180 to 200 electric bulbs in it. And when it hits bottom, we'll have said goodbye to the 60s with its tension and its enormous strides for humanity, with its first step on the moon and its heart transplant and its assassination of great leaders and its surge of the youth. And it's going. It has 15, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 seconds. Happy New Year! Goodbye to the 60s, the decade of descent, and welcome to the giant mystery that is the 1970s. Man's new adventures, man's new struggles, man's search, we hope, for peace. Archibald MacLeish said when he saw the Earth viewed from the moon by the astronauts, how beautiful that blue sphere is. And this crowd, if they stop to pause for anything as intellectual as that at this moment, are striving and surging for that thought. Meanwhile, it's abandoned. It's pushing and shoving and shooting Roman candles and kissing the neighbor if you got a chance. And that's part of the story of 1970 in New York. There's the scene as we view it from Times Square, from the center and hub of this celebration of the advent of the new, as 1970 is just about a minute and a half old. Hey, look at the crowd starting to yell. I thought they were loud before, but now just listen to them. They see that the ball is up there and it's starting to move. The ball at the top of the Allied Chemical Building, which has been doing that for the last 55 years. And there it is, starting to move slowly. It weighs about 100 pounds. It's 6 feet in diameter, and it's going to hit bottom in just about 30 seconds, and that will mean the end of 1970. The year of Kent and Cambodia and Apollo 13 and recession and Hainsworth and ecology and you name it. and maybe the year in which the young and the older began to look at each other straight in the eye and understand each other. We don't know, but 71 is a-comin'. It's a-comin'. The crowd is shouting more and more. The noise is really extraordinary. It'll be here any second when that light goes out. The light goes on to 71. Happy New Year! And there's the situation. It's a new year for this Eastern time zone, and the sun swinging at 1,000 miles an hour is going to bring it to every time zone in the nation and the world. 1971. So for some unaccountable reason, the youngsters and those that can get to New York crowd into this apex of Times Square to salute the new year. A renewal of hope. It's a sort of a folk tradition. No one can explain it, but it does express something of the dynamism and the enthusiasm and the optimism and the hopes of our nation. It's another traditional observation of the annual New Year's Eve in Times Square. And we're all wishing a happy 1971 to you. And this is Ben Grauer saying, there it is, Johnny, and I'll see you at a new hotel next year. Of 82 feet.
There it is.
Slowly it moves down, and in 30 seconds it will be down to the bottom of the tower, and that means the new year has arrived here in this, which is the focus of the world, it seems, at this moment. Someone has just sent off a rocket. Yes, there it goes, shining up into the sky and falling in embers on these kids who care nothing about it at all except to greet that new year, which may mean new hope and promise for all of us. Seconds to go. Just a few seconds before the ball hits the bottom, and there's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here it is. "1972. Happy New Year to you all." And some have let out a whole mass of balloons. First time I've seen them. Don't know where they had them hidden, but there's dozens of them, and there goes some more Roman candles. Another one zoomed up, arced into the new skies of 1972 here at Times Square, and starts to fall down, and the crowd is yelling and waving signs. A lot of peace signs here. A couple of them make love, not war. All of an expression of the enthusiasm of these youngsters to say goodbye, and I keep emphasizing that it's a young crowd to say goodbye to 1971 and look into 1972. A year in which they probably hope for, as we all do, for peace, and also the very puzzling and exciting and challenging year of the presidency. Peace and presidency, maybe they go together, but they're not thinking anything about that. That's what the enthusiasm is here. Their hearts out, and they'll go home with their girlfriend or with someone else's girlfriend. Anyway, it's a cheap way, a lot cheaper than the $50 package dinners per person. Oh, hear that crowd. Oh, boy, yes, the ball has started to move. We've got 45 seconds to go. They've seen the signal on the Allied Chemical Tower. Only a few seconds left in the year of 1972. Slowly it moves down the flagpole atop the tower, and the crowd shouting is rising to a fantastic pitch. I'm going to let you just listen to that crowd with 30 seconds to go. I guess. There's a sign there, spelled out in about 9 cards. "Stop the war," says that sign. Right along here is a gaily colored umbrella, which someone is tussling for because he likes the color of it. And firecrackers going off, lots of them this year. Firecrackers, flashes, and someone sent off a flare which soared up into the sky. That's part of the scene here in Times Square as New York, as 1973 is just 1 minute old. A year which we all look forward to as finally marking the sensation of the enormous international complication which have carried our headlines. A year in which we hope there will be a resolution of problems that vex the nation and the world. A year that these young people certainly face with spirit and energy and bang, 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 of those big firecrackers. And a cop is moving in to get the boy that did that. He certainly won't, but at least the kid's gotten off the track here. Flashlights, firecrackers, random kissing, embracing, all expressions of the jubilation of a typical New Year's Eve celebration, which no one can explain why they come here. They do it year after year, and they'll be here next year to say hello to 1974. That's the situation in Times Square. This is Ben Grauer reporting. Now, let's move along in 1973's welcome with the music of the Glenn Miller Orchestra as we switch to the Worcester Center Galleria in Worcester, Massachusetts.